Plays flat to Campbell. Campbell on the outside and try time to the skipper. Tyler Campbell. Cut pass out to Stowers. Right foot, left foot, try. Reed Stowers in full flight. Inside to Campbell. Tyler Campbell.
Media Vintage Sports Network presents Play-by-Play podcast with Jordan Hughes.
Isn't there a little thing?
What's wrong?
Isn't there this thing, the intro thing?
Well, the camera's been running for the last...
It's running for ages.
Oh, shit. Should we restart?
No, that's fine. You good?
My bad.
You sweet?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, welcome in to Play-by-Play Rugby. Back with you once again. Big show coming your way and plenty of rugby to get through alongside two of the very best who now can relax a little bit. Rugby is done for these two. Tyler Campbell, Ryan Stowers. Firstly, Tyler, how are you and how's the body?
Bodies have probably enjoyed having this week off, to be honest, and it was a big clash against UQ on the weekend, but looking forward to sort of the off-season and getting 100% healthy again and then rip into it all again next year.
Bloody oath. How are you, brother? Fresh fade?
Yeah. Gotta show that. Gotta show it to the camera.
Like it?
Little home job.
Yeah. Oh, you... I was wondering, you didn't pay for that, did you?
No, fuck no.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a weird ending to the season for me. Missed the last two games. It's just...
Yeah. How is
I
the
feel
class?
like I still got a bit more rugby in me.
Sevens?
Yeah, definitely jammed some sevens. Calf's good now.
Good, okay.
Yeah.
All right, boys, we'll get to club rugby a bit later, but rugby championship underway and there's some big results over the weekend. We'll start with the Australians against South Africa, 33 points to 7, sold out Suncorp Stadium. The Saffers just vicious from the get-go.
It just shows the difference in sort of level, especially the physicality.
Yeah.
I think Aussie really struggled with the size and the intent of the South Africans, and I thought the only one who really stood up for Aussie was Valentini. He was outstanding.
As he always does.
As he always does, and it'll be interesting to see how this week plays out. A couple of boys concussed, a couple of new boys coming into the squad, but I thought Valentini was outstanding, and Aussie was sort of in a weird predicament from the get-go with obviously Fraser McWright gone, who'd probably been their best player across the 3 Wales tests. But I just don't think they were ever part of that game other than the first sort of 10 minutes.
Yeah, cool. So it was 14-0 from the get-go, very early on. It was a yellow card to Andrew Kellaway, and then that Curtly Aronson try, we just skipped through five people. Like, the bloke's just ridiculous.
Oh, I think against a team like that, you definitely have to work on your chase line. You can't be scattered, sort of like the Wallabies were. But touching on what Tyler said, the physicality, I'm pretty sure there was a bit of phase play there, and it was like 10 phases, and it was just hit after hit after hit, like solid contact, and the Wallabies weren't really going anywhere.
That's why the world champions. On the Springbok side, what do you make of them? Do you reckon they've gone up another level since that Irish series? Or we were just so below par?
I think it's more of the second one. I think, they're a quality side. They're world champs for a reason, and they're world number 1 for a reason. And the thing that scares me the most about them is the depth they're creating in their squad. Like, obviously still got the old heads, but we saw a young 10 debut on the weekend who I thought had a really, really good game and probably almost set up the try of the game if it wasn't for Willie LaRue absolutely butchering that.
Bro.
Ryan's mate.
What is he up to?
He's the only one I don't understand the selection on. But
yeah.
But I thought he was solid, and that just shows the depth that's coming into South African rugby. And you look at the team they've named this weekend, they've made a whole heap of changes, but it still looks like a very good squad and still a lot of impact coming off that bench. So they're growing and excelling really, really good, and it's going to be interesting to see how the next sort of couple of years plays out for them, whether these young ones coming through start to take over and the old ones step back and they have a good transition period, or do they hold on to the older ones a bit too long and it sort of hopefully costs them the next World Cup.
The second half try where Jesse Creel, his feet and the long ball out to, I think it was Aronson again on the edge. Fuck, that was good to watch.
They're just like a team that is that physical with that much flair. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
What do you do? And I think the only thing that you can do is really pin them down their end and make them have to work out. And they're so good at slowing the clock, eh?
Yeah.
They are so good at slowing the clock. Like, going from that game to the All Blacks game and how much the ref was like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I think every team needs to ref like that. Oh, every ref needs to ref like that.
So it's 33-0, and then finally Paisami got a late try on the board. On the Wallabies side, any positive, what do we take away from it? Obviously, it's a short turnaround into this week. Obviously, they kicked poor. As you know, if you're in that huddle, what do you go to from here?
The whole message this week is going to be front up physically.
Yep.
there's not much else you can do, and you can go and talk about the sort of game plan and, trying to play the edge. Like, they showed good glimpses of good attack, and then South Africa sort of got their line set and put pressure on them, and it doesn't matter who you are at 10 or who you are in that back line at all. It is hard to attack when your forward pack's going backwards. It takes a lot of individual brilliance, but when you play a team like South Africa, whose D-line is so set and so consistent, if you can't get those forwards going forward, you're not going to have the space for that individual brilliance from a player. And it's a tough one to bounce back from. And the only thing they can sort of hope for, I guess, is that South Africa relaxes a little bit and they can sort of bring a bit more physicality and get into the game and sort of rattle them early.
Yeah, they were too good. So we'll get to the preview of that next matchup very shortly. We'll go across the ditch. Obviously, this was a massive upset. No one, I think we saw coming. Argentina 38, New Zealand 30. It was a very evenly poised game for the whole time. Ren, what'd you make of it?
I think from the get-go, the All Blacks were scrappy as off one of the counter-attacks. You seen the Argentinian go down at the ruck, and there were about 10 All Blacks within the space of about 20 metres. And from the start, that just did not look good after watching South Africa and the spacing that they had all throughout the game. Early in the game, to see a team that congested, I think it sort of showed what was going to happen for the rest of the game. And then the All Blacks didn't play terrible, but the mistakes that they made were absolutely catastrophic.
Yeah. So it was 10-0 after 20 minutes to the All Blacks, and then a 20-15 at half-time. What was the difference in that second half, Tyler? Why did they lose it, I guess?
I think the All Blacks are lacking an edge at the moment. And, a lot of people said that when Foster was in coach too, and it could be a time that Razor's got to sort of bring that edge back a little bit. Like, if you think of the sort of 2015, that sort of golden period in the 2010s we had, the one thing we were really, really good at was if you made a mistake, we had the edge that we were going to, challenge you and we were going to score points. Like, you didn't want to make mistakes. And the other thing was those 10-minute windows sort of around halftime. Games could be close and then we'd score 2 tries in the last 10 minutes before halftime and then, one just after halftime and sort of blow that lead away. Or we were clinical in the last 20 minutes because you couldn't keep up with our pace.
That's the word, eh? Like, you haven't heard that for a while now when people are talking about the All Blacks, clinical.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what our identity was.
And I also think we're not as physical as we once were. And I think once we lost sort of Jerome Kino in that 6 jersey, we haven't been able to find a 6 that's physical like that. Other things is, I think, not having South Africa in Super Rugby. Yeah. While South Africa didn't win many Super Rugby championships, you were still playing 6 or 7 games against pure physicality every year, and it gave you that sort of, or gave our players the momentum going into Test Rugby to be ready for those type of matchups.
Yeah.
We don't get that against Aussie, and it's nothing against Aussie. We don't get that playing New Zealand teams either. Yeah. We're both countries that love to play with flair and love the offloads and stuff like that, but you need to build that physicality when you get into tight games like on the weekend.
And set piece too.
Set piece is prime example as well.
Oh, that was terrible. That's the worst lineouts I've ever seen from the All Blacks.
That comes down, I think, to losing our 2 best line-out jumpers last year in Retallick and Whitelock.
Yeah, generational players.
And then even this year, they started the 3rd string and 4th string, probably locks in the squad.
Yeah, I guess Argentina now, they're not scared to play New Zealand. We've got to give credit to them because they sure showed up and did the job.
Yeah, definitely. That wing is a freak.
Yeah,
he is rapid.
Also, we've got to stop playing in Wellington.
Yeah, what's going on? So the hoodoo continues, boys.
I need Rand to explain this one to me.
Yeah, bros, that's your home. What's going on?
I don't know. It shouldn't matter. We're the All Blacks. We shouldn't lose anyway.
But the issue was too. Sorry, there was a small crowd too. They didn't sell that many tickets. There's a lot of chat. Like, this game should have been in a Hamilton or somewhere more regional.
Yeah, I think so.
Because Wellington's a massive stadium and they only had 20 there.
Yeah.
I think that's a problem. It's a hard place to go and play too. It's windy. Even if you're sort of experienced there, like, it's the Caketon or whatever it's called now. I don't even know what the name. Yeah, if Caketon's a nickname, I can't know if it's Westpac. Is it Westpac or Sky?
Yeah, I think it's it's something. Might be Sky now.
It's changed.
It's
Sky. Yeah. We've only got like a 53% win record there or something. I saw.
Yeah,
it's easily our worst by a lot, and I think it's just a hard place to play because, as you said, it's massive and there's not a big atmosphere, and you don't get that home ground advantage you normally get. So that makes it tough, and it's a real interesting one for the All Blacks, whether they're going to stop playing big games in Wellington.
Well, going into this game, you wouldn't have said this was a big game.
No.
True.
And the errors that were made in that game were just so out of
The one
ordinary.
that got me, and it was a big point in the game, was it was three of our best.
The pass.
Artie passes over Damien's head, who passes over Bodie's head, who Rico picks it up, and we go carried back. And that was probably the defining moment of that game.
100%.
They get a clean exit there.
Yeah.
You probably don't see Argentina win.
Different story.
But 2 mistakes by 2 of our best, and we're on the back foot.
I want to get your take, obviously, from a backline point of view. What do we think about the current state of that 9 to 15 for the ABs? Obviously, we've seen the changes they've made this week, which we'll get to, but...
I think they left Rico on the bench,
Yeah.
which is just, I feel like that's giving other people minutes. But I think from now on, I'm going Anton 12, Rico 13.
It's a tough one with Geordie Barrett being named vice captain.
So he's the one...
I do not agree with that. Yeah. And he's a Hurricanes man, but
Yeah, okay.
He
so inconsistent.
The 12 was sort of an experiment that worked in the short run. Now we're sort of seeing the long run of it, and I don't know if it is working. I don't think at 12 we get access to one of his best attributes, which is his massive boot. So it was almost like he was moved to 12 to get our best 7 on the field. He hasn't been in form this year. Like, even with the Canes going well, he spent a lot of time out, suspended and injured and other things, and probably isn't in form at the moment. So I do agree with Rian that Anton probably deserves this goal. I think he's got the nod at 12 this week.
Oh, he has?
Is he 12?
I know Rico's in.
Rico's back.
It'll be real.
No, Geordie Barrett's there.
It's still Geordie Barrett and Rico.
Yeah.
So it is a real interesting one and a tough one. And I think another big one is love TJ and love what he's done for the game, but I think he's that fraction slower at the breakdown now. And when you're playing good defence, you need that ball to be a bit quicker, and I think Cortez offers that. But yeah, just it's going to be a tough year, I think, while we're finding things out, and hopefully Razor can sort of work that out for us.
Yeah, so that's sort of week 1 of the books. We'll get straight into week 2, do a bit of a preview. We'll start off New Zealand, Argentina. They obviously go again this weekend. New Zealand, $1.15, Argentina $5. The line's 14.5. It is back at the Fortress in Eden Park. As we said before, Perinara's there, but Caleb Clark comes in, Rico comes in. Will Jordan's first start from a backline point of view. This is, besides the Geordie Barrett discussion, probably their best backline they can offer, with DMAC at 10 still, Barrett at 15.
Well, you wouldn't have said this was the best backline last week. After the English test, you're going with Sevu and Mark Talia still.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I can't really understand like what happened, like the systematic failure. Like how did that happen?
Sometimes you have off days. Everyone has them, no matter who you are.
Yeah. 3 tests against England, win all of them, and then come up against Argentina and just produce absolute dog shit for
To be
the
fair,
last 20 minutes.
Are we writing off Argentina a little bit too much?
Probably
Because
a
they
little
did well against France. Then they won one of the
They
tests.
won one. It wasn't their France's best team, but still the French team, yes.
Yeah, and I think at Eden Park it goes the way of the All Blacks.
Yeah.
Like I think that's a big difference. But the pressure is on, and the pressure is on for players to perform. And I think people are going to hate the call that Sam Cane's come onto the bench. But
Yes.
the one thing
I love it.
Yeah, one thing I do like, it brings experience. And yes, he gave the penalty away in the World Cup and blah, blah, blah. But 2, the one thing he has about him that we're sort of lacking in our loose forward trio is that physicality on defence. And for those that disagree, go watch that Irish game in the quarterfinal. He was throwing his body into everything. And, he might not be our starting 7 anymore, but having a sort of guy that's led the All Blacks and a guy that brings that edge and that physicality for us, I think could help us sort of get other players to come along and follow suit. Granted, he stays on the field.
I felt sorry for RDA. In that last 10 minutes, he was doing everything to get the All Blacks the ball. And I'm pretty sure he got 2 turnovers, made some crucial runs that put us on the front foot. And then just everything was
He's
just
the shining
falling
light, isn't he?
apart. Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Thoughts on Will Jordan coming straight back in to start? Do you reckon it would have been more time?
Quality footballer.
Yeah,
out-
he's so
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
He's Will Jordan at this
Yeah.
point. I think eventually he may take the 15 role. I think in the next sort of, well, maybe not the rugby championship, but at least on the tour at the end of the year, I think we see him get that nod at fullback, and Bodie and Damo start fighting for that 10 jersey.
So that was my next question. Are you happy sticking? Obviously hitting and sticking with DMAC.
Stick for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, he was good in the English series.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't his best on the weekend, but I don't think many players played their best. Sorry, so it would be a big call to drop him after one test.
All right, Ryan. Picks. What do you think? How did it play out this week in Auckland?
I can't see Argentina winning this game after the performance that the All Blacks put in, and especially the media. I can't imagine what's going on in the
in New
media.
Zealand, eh? It's like
well,
the end of the world.
Oh,
kind of stuff.
100%. Every time the All Blacks lose, no matter who
I
it's
didn't realize it
to.
was that bad.
Domestic violence rises by like 8%.
Yeah, I saw some of the headlines Sunday morning.
That's not a fact.
I've said it on stuff. It was them or the Warriors when they lose domestic violence on that night. Raises in the country.
That's not great.
Not great, but it is a stat.
Yeah, some of the headlines, it was the end of the world. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah, it's always like that when the All Blacks lose to anyone, and then to make it more salt in the wound, it's Argentina.
At home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so New Zealand off a loss back at home. It's hard to see them losing here, Tyler. You agree?
I agree, and I think we get a big performance from Caleb Clark.
Yeah.
I do think the bigger winger against the physical D will help us. We need someone else to help us get over that gain line a bit, and hopefully we can find ways to get him involved and get us in behind the gain line so we can play that quick football that teams struggle to keep up playing with. So Argentina will be hungry still.
Yeah.
I think if they've got sort of that taste of blood now and they want to go back
they'll
to
be
back.
up for it. Yeah.
But I think we saw in that World Cup semi that when New Zealand get their sort of feet going forward and get that sort of ball speed going, that's when they're at their best. And if they get to that, then I think they will cover that line.
Yeah, you have it taken the 14.5?
Yeah, I'll take the line this week. I think it's a bounce back game.
What's his name? Is it Creevy?
Austin Creevy,
The
Argentinian. Yeah.
Yeah, the bench hooker.
He's like 38 years old.
How good was he?
Great.
He's like, what's 40?
He won them that game. Gets that try, gets a crucial turnover as well.
And you see the emotion after too. It is unreal.
Yeah, when you see like teams win like that, how passionate they are. Even the fans that were at Wellington, he's like, yes, this is Argentina.
Yeah.
Like, that was pretty sick.
It's good for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree too. New Zealand should bounce back here. I like Clark for a try. I reckon he'll be a big performance. Any other try scores you be liking, boys?
Wouldn't be surprised if we see a Will Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He knows
okay.
his way to the
Yeah,
try line. Like
yeah.
it's the
Announce his
bailout.
arrival.
But if I was to pick one who I think will be looking for a big performance and prove that the jersey's his, it would be Rico.
Yeah.
Because everyone's been talking about how he doesn't have that sort of attacking flair and sort of that impact he had when he first came onto the scene. And put him back to the wing. That's where he played his best. So I expect him to sort of show that speed and still be one of our best defensive players because he is great defensively as much as people don't appreciate it.
I like it. All right, New Zealand too good to bounce back. Let's go over to Perth now. Australia take on South Africa once again. $4.40. The Wallabies at $1.18. The Springboks 12.5 is the line. We've seen the changes for the Wallabies. Obviously, Tupou's out. The tragic passing of his father. He's gone back to Tonga. Angus Blythe obviously comes in. Jake Gordon injured, and Nick White gets a start. What's the other big one?
Jorgensen's on the bench.
Jorgensen, yeah.
Korobetti back on the wing for
Korobetti.
Dongunu.
That's a big one. Yeah. What do you make of the lineup? Firstly,
Some forced changes.
yeah.
But a lot, and what scares me is the inexperience coming in. Like, Blythe is a big body, though, and can probably hopefully match that physicality that the South Africans bring. But I don't know how you bounce back from a loss like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big loss, and it wasn't like it was...
Like outmatched sort of thing, not based off of your like errors that you made.
Yeah, I feel like South Africa could have put more points on.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the last 20 minutes live because we were driving back from Briz, and I was like, I can't watch this anymore because I thought it was going to get uglier than what it did.
Yeah.
It's a real interesting one because I just don't know where Aussie go to get that lead back unless they start fast and go and score 2-3 tries in the first 20 minutes to give them that confidence.
Angus Bell, he's back as well, and Josh Nasser gets a start as well in hooker. So Angus Bell, probably the best prop we've got. So,
Oh, definitely.
Hasn't played much footy though.
yeah, that's that.
Ball carry wise, I think that will definitely help the Wallabies. I think that's the key to beating the Springboks. You got to penetrate their line somehow, and then once they're on the back foot, you sort of saw like the Wallabies were able to create opportunities once they got South Africa on the back foot. The hardest part was being able to get them on the back foot. So a couple tough ball carriers, like we said, Valentini. I feel like when they're near the line and they're pick and driving, everyone's just sort of waiting for Valentini to get there and see
his
if he'll have a crack. Because other than that, it just looked like straight down.
The thing I have with Oz is I don't know if they have a game breaker. And I'll go back to the World Cup final. When New Zealand looked their best is when a guy like a Richie Mwanga stood up and beat the
I've seen him today
Saw him.
at Pac Fair.
Really? Is it on the coast?
He's on the coast.
Yeah.
Um,
I like double checked, looked back to see if it was him. He was like looking, because I had already seen him, made eye contact. I was like, oh shit.
Should ask
And
him
then
if
I
it was
went to
free.
go look back to see if it was him, and he was looking at me. I was like, yep, definitely him.
Mate, we've got the extra mic. Why don't you get him to...
Oh shit! Well, I'm not just gonna randomly go up to someone while he's pushing his pram. Gee, do you want to jump on my podcast?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
yeah, I just don't know who that guy is for Oz though.
Yeah.
That's gonna have that. That's gonna beat a defender and create space.
Does it need to be Noah? Does he need to be that guy moving forward?
Some teams don't rely on their 10. Like sometimes you expect a winger or a fullback to do it. And I thought Tom Wright did not stand up last week.
No.
I don't think Callaway stood up. Can Korobetti be that guy?
Yep.
Yeah, he's...
He can. He has the potential to do it, but you got to find ways to get him into the game in order for him to do it. So those are the interesting things that Smith's got to sort of.
But it comes back
sort
to
of
up
work
front.
out.
If we don't go forward, it's going to be the same issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So...
Yeah, it's hard for a winger to make a mark on a game when the team's just going backwards the whole time.
Fucking
I think you're
nice,
asking a lot out of Noah to do that because that's not Noah's game. He's
Yeah.
more of a director at 10 and then a sort of guy that's going to create space and beat defenders.
Like your Quade Cooper, I guess, was, if you compare the two. On the Springboks side, they've made some changes. Mapimpi comes in on the wing. Arm at 12, the experienced campaigner. Farsi at 15, the young fullback coming through. He's another talented prospect. The young 10 keeps his spot. He was good. I thought
He
as well.
was good.
See, LeBoc's back on the bench.
LeBoc.
It's the first time in a while they've gone.
No, you got and Pollard's on there.
Yeah, they've
Both.
gone a 3. What do you call it? A 5-3 split on the bench. They've actually got 3 backs on the bench.
They
So
have.
LaRue's gone.
Who's out this
Yeah,
week?
is it?
That's dangerous.
Let's see.
They
was
could be better.
Cheslin in?
Hey?
Which winger got dropped?
Yeah, no, Aarons got dropped.
Yeah.
Cheslin's in.
Cheslin's still in.
Mapimpi's on the wing. So it's a strong
Still
side.
That's still
Like,
class.
that's what I'm talking about with their depth. So like,
That's a World Cup winning backline, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the forwards have made some changes. A few of the big dogs out, but Steph Toit was class, I thought. Gun.
always is.
Yeah.
And in Perth too, all the Saffers live there as well, so it's going to be packed full of green once again.
Didn't even think of that.
Yeah. All right. So what do you think? How's it play out? Do we show something?
I want them to.
Yeah, same.
My heart's saying yes, they're going to show something, and I'm going to go. They are going to show something because it's not the Springboks' best side.
Yeah.
That's where my heart and head hopefully meet in the middle. But I don't think Aussie win.
No.
I still think South Africa gets it done.
12.5. Surely.
You know what? Yeah, I'll give it to them. I'll give Aussie the chance to cover the 12.5.
Yeah, it's all on the line here. Ready?
I'm going to go purely with my head.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be close.
Springboks 13 plus.
Yeah, I honestly.
Yeah.
Like, last week I was thinking the same thing, but I was like, nah, you got to give it to them.
Yeah, you got to get. There was a tipping comp. It could have been a different.
Yeah, if it was, I was
the tipping
about to
comp was
message
on.
the chat and I'll be like, are we tipping for our tips?
Maybe we should get it going. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, let's get it going. So now we'll do our things again.
South Africa 13 plus.
Yeah, South Africa 13 plus.
Okay, I'll go Australia cover.
We're doing tipping comp.
Yeah, we'll do it from now.
Okay.
So we got, and we're going to add spread into it.
New Zealand 13 plus as well.
No, okay, so you're saying Argentina plus the 14.5 then? Or,
No, you're saying New Zealand cover.
okay.
I don't know what I'm saying.
You're saying New Zealand going to win by more than 14.5.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Nice, there you go. Got you. All right, yeah, I can say South Africa win, but Australia show something in front of the home fans and get within the 12.5.
I thought you just said it was South Africa's home game.
Yeah, fucking will be again. how many fucking Saffers live here? Do you see all the green? It's uncool. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it?
They're annoying fans. Fuck.
And
They are the worst.
the thing that goes with them is your team's winning. So everyone's behind them in the country and the ones that are around the world.
Back-to-back world champions.
Like-
It's all there.
It's the same when the All Blacks were playing here when they'd won back-to-back World Cups.
Yeah, hard.
You'd see a sea of black in an Aussie game at Suncorp.
Yeah.
So it's expected, and doesn't matter what team it is in the world. If the team's winning, they're going to have fans all throughout that crowd.
Yeah.
Okay, so New Zealand win, New Zealand cover for me. You agree on that front. New Zealand win, New Zealand cover.
Yep.
South Africa win for all of us. Australia covers. Springboks cover for you too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct? Alrighty. Try scorers in the box Wallabies game.
Colby,
Yep.
and Kirby. Wait, who's starting hooker for Springboks?
Grobler? Johan Grobler? Don't know who that is.
I'll go Colby and that bloke.
Okay.
I'm going to go Malcolm Marks off the bench
Yeah, lovely.
as the bench hooker because he still plays 50, 60 minutes as the bench hooker.
Yep.
Can't bet on him, which sucks.
No, you can't.
Now it gets interesting. Yeah, I'll go Corabetti from the Aussies. I'd like to see him get one back in his first test back this year.
Okay, I'll go Ikitau for a try.
Actually, I'll go Valentini for the Aussies.
Okay, lovely. All right, put that together, win some cash. All right, NRS, TRC, round 2, ready to go. Boy, let's talk about some club rugby quickly. Some finals footy this weekend, of course. You guys, your season's done now. Obviously, probably not the best season you would have wanted, but a bit of a rebuilding sort of young team coming through. Let's talk about this weekend, finals. Major semi, Brothers West. First of all, what do we think? It's going to be 1v2 matchup. You've played both these teams all year?
I'm going with West.
Yeah.
And
Tim Ryan's out too.
Did his ankle, I've seen that. Big one I'm going with West is Brothers are not in form. They beat us on the siren here,
Yep.
which again, we lost ourselves by not catching a kickoff.
I don't talk about it.
We wouldn't talk about it. Then they followed that up with a loss to West, getting hammered. Then they drew with Norths, and then they lost to Jeeps on the weekend.
Yeah, facts.
Like, they just haven't had form the back end of the season. West, I think their 12 got injured. I did see him go off. I don't know how bad.
Naya. Yeah,
LeBron.
Yeah,
That's
LeBron.
his first name.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's playing. I think David Vayu will be close to coming back from his suspension. So he comes in, it strengthens up that back line. I think that back line's too dangerous, especially with no Tim Ryan.
We've got Spate and Dawai on the 2 wings, so look out.
They got James O'Connor.
No, James O'Connor's not playing.
I think he's playing.
Yeah, there's Lawson.
Law's not playing?
No, from my understanding, they're not playing for Brothers this year from
Hectic.
sources that I've heard.
For the rest of the finals.
They're just resting their bodies,
Lawson's
I guess.
probably getting ready for the TARS.
Yeah, well, Lawson apparently off to the TARS. They've been announced.
Yeah, it has.
And I think O'Connor picked up a little niggle in Tonga and probably just trying to get right so he finally goes into a Reds pre-season without
When are you going
injuries.
to hang him up? Surely he must be close.
Mate, if you watch that Wales game, you're not saying that.
Yeah,
He's
true.
not that old, eh?
You'd be
33, 34?
33.
He started at 18.
I still
Correct,
think
17.
he's the best 10.
17.
So rugby debut 17.
He's still the best 10 at the Reds when he's healthy.
Yep.
Key word there, when he's healthy.
And that's why if it was me, I could understand as a 33-year-old going, okay, I need to prehab, get everything right,
Yep.
hit this preseason, and get that 10 jersey. And I think if the Reds want to win next year, that's a big thing. So I can understand his mindset on that. So, yeah, I'm going with West. I just think they've got a lot more talent. Their pack matches up well against Brothers' pack. But never put it past Brothers.
Yeah.
Brethren know how to win finals games.
100.
Thoughts? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm going to go with West as well. But I'm going to go with Brothers to win the next week and then come into the finals and win.
Jump in the gun.
Jump with the gun here, brother. But
I reckon Brothers will take out the
we're going
whole
to come
team.
again. Okay. But lose this weekend.
Yeah.
All right, heard it here first. Next semi-final will be UQ and Souths on Sunday afternoon. This one should be a cracker as well.
I don't think we did Souths any favours by sort of for 70 minutes of that game dominating UQ.
71 minutes.
71 minutes. I shouldn't say dominate, but being up and, being up on the scoreboard and whatnot.
Yeah.
They come back and draw the game, but they would not have been happy with that result.
No.
Other thing that I've got in UQ's favour is they have dominated Souths both times they've played. It's like a bogey team for Souths. They really struggle with sort of the speed UQ plays with, and UQ tends to match up physically with them. So that sort of, they've struggled in that area. I think both games have been blowouts.
Yeah,
that
right.
UQ's played Souths this year. I may need to be fact-checked on that.
Yeah.
But on that, I do think UQ gets it done. Would love to see Souths win. Obviously, a young team have built themselves up under Garrick the last couple of years.
They remind us similar to us, Souths, in a way.
Yeah, but I just think
So UQ too good.
UQ's too
Mate,
good.
The Jock at 10A was thoughts. Was that 50-22? Fuck it, that was money.
He was good.
22.
If we're talking about that game, when their big players needed to stand up, him and Greeley, they stood up on the weekend, and we just didn't have an answer for them.
Mac ripped us to shreds.
So that sort of, they've got that in their favour, and I think the only way Souths can sort of stay in the game and win is if they can slow it down and scrum. Their scrum will dominate UQ scrum. So that's where Souths have got to sort of look at it, grind the mauls, grinding scrum time, Harry McLaughlin-Phillips, I think, needs to play more of a kicking 10 role than a running 10 role and pin UQ in that corner and make them exit and put pressure on them, because anytime Souths gets in that 22, they're going to have their scrum and maul as a big weapon for them.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, should be a good weekend of footy. Tune in.
I'm picking South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ride with Cohen. I want Cohen to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it, but I'm
I
going to
like
stay
to
with
see
UQ.
Souths in the final as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to a bit of Olympics wrap, boys. The Olympics is done and dusted. There has been plenty of headlines, plenty of drama, some memes.
A lot of memes.
A lot of memes.
Ray gun.
Let's start with that. Let's start with Ray Gun. Boys, what is your take on it?
Oh, that is dreadful.
I've never seen anything more viral in my life.
That is terrible.
Oh, Huck Toyle would be up there, wouldn't she?
Bro, TikTok, Twitter, like, she went everywhere.
That was absolutely disgraceful.
Now, the question is, was this all planned for a social media? Because now she's going to make a lot of money from doing it.
I don't know, but now people are like, oh, don't get angry at her. She tried her best. But she's meant to be like a fucking Olympian. She's
People
meant to
train
be
their
the
whole
best.
lives.
She's meant to be the best. And I 100% could do some of the dance moves she did.
Most Australia could, yeah. yeah.
Yeah, oh,
I can start seeing some try-screwing celebrations doing that.
oh,
yeah.
bro.
They're on the ground, they little touch your toes, turn around, touch your toes again.
Nah, the funniest bits was when it would like pause and she's like,
Yeah.
yo.
Bro, she did the sprinkler.
Oh,
Joey, like,
it has to be a piss take.
I don't, yeah.
But people will get annoyed at you if you're like, oh, don't beat her down. She represented the country. Yeah, very poorly.
So she entered at 4,000 followers on Instagram. She's now at 137,000. Like,
She's a bit of a cult figure.
Participation medals.
It's like
I know you're
Eric
talking
the
about.
Eel. Remember the swimmer?
Oh, no.
He was from like a country, and how they picked it was like you swam out to the boy, and whoever got back first went to the Olympics. You know they have the qualifying for the lower countries.
not really.
The brother
yeah.
nearly drowned in the pool.
Yeah, right.
Like everyone had finished,
Eric the
and
Eel.
he was just touching the wall, and then trying to come back, and he was just like
Struggling.
about to drown, and that became like a bit of a global sensation. We didn't have social media back then, and that's sort of what she's become for us. But
And of course it's fucking Australia too.
you
eh?
can't tell me she is the best female breakdancer in the country.
So all the chat, because the coach was her husband.
Yeah.
All this stuff, and yeah, there's a lot of that
There's
going on.
like there's no way there's no 17 or
But
18
she won the
year old girl.
qualifiers, and I don't know.
I mean, I want that level of confidence, though. To be able to do that and like sit there and be like, yo, I'm killing it right now.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I felt so because the bloke was all right. He was actually quite.
Yeah, he was
decent.
gun.
But no one knows who that is. And no one knows who won the women's leg. Do you know? Like,
Nah.
It's just
Break dancing should be cut
well,
out.
it's gone.
It never should have been in there.
I watch movies and they dance way better than that.
Yeah, give
Fucking step up.
She looks like she watched You Got Served and then jumped on the
You
the
got-
stage.
Yeah, you got served as aged terribly.
It has now. Like you look at it,
What is that? I don't know. What
it's
that
a
is.
movie. It's like
You Got Served?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
breakdancing movie. And
Right.
Don't watch it.
don't watch it.
Trash.
You'll watch it and you'll crack up.
When
like
you're
this.
younger, you're like, yo, this is gangster.
But it's terrible. It's like a poor step up.
Yeah, okay, fair. Anyways, that was very interesting. You watch? She'll be on like a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here stuff next, or reality
Oh,
TV.
she's gonna make a name for herself.
She'll
And
make
she's
some
gonna
coin,
make
mate.
some coin.
She leans into being how shit she is. She'll make money. She already is.
She kind of is when she's doing the dancing in the middle of the.
Closing ceremony and
And
stuff.
like you're like,
Yeah. Wow.
But everyone's like loving it. They're hyping her up. Maybe she does think she's good. And she thinks that the outside world is delusional.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe we are deluded. Maybe she's right.
maybe we don't understand her. Well, she didn't get a point.
Zero.
Okay, you get a
And
point.
they
you get
tried it.
0 points.
They try to make the judges justify why they didn't give her a point.
Just look at it. Just watch it.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else caught you? What else caught your eye over the Olympics?
The rowing. Not too sure what her name was.
New Zealand girl.
Yeah.
She carved up again. Yeah.
So-
Oh my
Charrington?
goodness,
That rings a
Charrington.
bell. Yeah. What a beast,
That's
man.
the one. Holy!
She's good.
I watched all of her races again last night.
Mm.
She is just levels
Is
above.
she back to back gold?
Yeah,
She win in
back to
Tokyo?
back for 3 different things.
Fuck, beast. Very
Who
cool.
else was there? I love all the memes that have come out of the Olympics. The Turkish shooter,
Yep.
our friend Reagan,
The French dick.
the French, the pole vaulter.
Oh, yo.
Mate, he would have had a great time in the Olympic Village after that.
Mate,
that
Pornhub's
clip.
got deals coming his way already.
Oh.
It's all, yeah, it's all
Like
on.
it's been funny, and it's good that social media people don't miss things anymore. So it just goes if you don't watch it live,
You can see
it's
it.
going everywhere.
Yeah.
What else? Obviously USA
The,
with
the
basketball.
New Zealand high jumper. Hamish.
That's
Was that random?
I've never heard of him.
No, I think there's been a little bit. It's pretty hard. As we said in the chat the other day, like the Olympics only comes every 4 years. So you normally don't follow the Olympics.
Well, you don't follow high jump doing.
No, I can't say I do. I can't say every Saturday I tune into the national high jump.
Oh, okay.
But like that's the thing. So when these guys come out, like, oh, we've actually got a really good athlete in this. You're sort of like, oh,
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
You get invested, eh?
You get a little bit more invested, and
Go
I think
New Zealand!
that gives the aura
Go
of the
Australia!
Olympics because it's all new athletes most of the times,
Yeah.
especially in the track, in the swimming too. You don't really hear about much swimming until the Olympics comes around,
Yep.
and it gives them that aura and gives that sort of that boost. But I do think if you took those sports and you didn't have the Olympics and you're playing them all year round, like you probably wouldn't tune into the swimming every weekend,
Probably get burned out a bit.
or you wouldn't tune into the high jump or the 100-meter sprint every weekend. It gets a bit repetitive because there isn't much decision making and stuff involved in those type of sports.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, the favourite will win. Really. There was good timing the high jump. Obviously, that was the same night as New Zealand's loss. All the media went towards the positivity about Hamish winning the.
How's the American though copping heat?
But now what happened here?
So the American high jumper, so he won, but they had a choice to share the gold medal, and they decided to have a jump off.
Yeah.
So America ended up, if they shared the medal, then America would have got one more gold medal than China, but they ended up tying.
Oh,
America
okay.
won overall because they had more medals,
Yeah.
but they had the same amount of golds.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Well, it was the best Olympic Games ever for both New Zealand and Australia, which is pretty cool.
On the rise.
I think we won
Come
per
up.
capita. I actually know St. Lucia did, but
St. Lucia, they dominated.
we were up there per capita.
How do you
considering
find
it.
these stats?
I just
No,
get
just-
bored at work.
social media.
Yeah.
Oh,
I seen someone like posted it in like New Zealand. Oh, Aotearoa won most capita, and they put down in the like. Do you know how they list the countries and then how many medals? Instead of putting New Zealand, they put Aotearoa.
Oh, do people blow up?
Oh my
It's
goodness!
racism at its finest, man.
I did not realize how many Kiwis would get butthurt
yeah, right.
about that.
Interesting. That's well above my head, but interesting.
We're not getting into that 'cause
Okay.
I'll talk about it for 15 minutes and I don't want to get into it.
I read it for like 10 minutes. I was cracking up.
It's day one racism that people deny is racism. That's what we'll go with.
Okay, right. Noah Lyles, obviously.
Good
the
riddance.
COVID, the 200
I'm
meters.
so happy he lost.
What do we make of all that?
World champion or what? Just one event now.
Well, yeah.
Tyreek Hill's saying, I'm faster than
He
you."
would lose. Let's not have.
He wants a
discussion.
60. Over 60, Tyreek is really.
That
really
wasn't what he
quick.
said though. He said he'd beat him in 100.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
I
did.
didn't see that.
He wouldn't beat him in 100.
Not in
Let's be
100.
real. Yeah.
Tyreek's best times like it's still a 10.17. Wouldn't even have qualified for the final.
Yeah. Really? No, people don't realize that the track speed is different.
It's like when Metcalf went and did the track meet. You see that one?
Yeah, yeah.
He ended up coming like 7th in his heat.
Real.
He wasn't even in the like.
Yeah, people don't realize. Closing ceremony. Tommy Cruise off the top of the stadium, flying in, then straight to LA.
I think America's going to be good.
That was quite cool. Yeah. And then
I wasn't a
Steve
big.
yeah.
I haven't been a big fan of Paris overall.
Really? Okay.
Like,
If
it's just
Donald
been
Trump is
so-
president, America's will be like,
they'll go all out.
It's going to be unreal regardless. With a Hollywood theme to it.
Snoop Dogg get in the. You see him with the flame.
He has won the Olympics.
He is the mascot of the Olympics.
He's just a fucking man making coin doing it.
And I
too.
I
just
reckon
don't-
it's so funny to think he is a Crip.
Yeah, that bro's a gang member.
Yeah, he's a
He's
gang
up there
member,
Crip
and he's
walking.
just up there Crip walking, and he's like,
And he's full of questions.
Yeah,
shit
what
and
the
swimming.
hell?
Yeah, that's a good point.
One thing with America is I don't think they'll make as many fuck ups as the French have. Like when the worst was when South Sudan
The
won
anthem.
the medal and they played the Sudan anthem and they're at war, and then they did it with North and South Korea too.
Yeah.
Like just absolute mess ups like that. And I just don't see America doing it because they're so. When it comes to putting on
Major sport.
prime TV, like major sport, they are the best in the biz.
yeah,
Facts.
100%.
I just think they'll make this next Olympics a massive spectacle.
On
They've
that,
added lacrosse and flag football.
yeah, so we've got lacrosse, flag football, cricket, softball,
Potentially
baseball.
cricket.
No,
Cricket's not
cricket's in.
confirmed yet.
Yeah, it is.
No, because they're waiting for they're trying to get into the Indian wealth market.
Oh.
So they're trying to get a guy to invest into the cricket.
I thought it was confirmed. Cricket.
I don't think it was confirmed yet. I
Right.
thought it was in potential. I thought only lacrosse and flag football were
Well,
the two
baseball and
confirmed.
softball are in.
Both.
Softball for the women.
That's so
baseball for the men.
bullshit. They're just adding sports that they're better than everyone else.
to be
at.
fair-
Everyone does it.
To be fair, we can do that in 8 years' time.
Really,
You're allowed to- that's what the French added breakdancing and
Australia should add touch.
they'd win touch
Yeah,
easily.
we'll be pushing for netball, I reckon, for sure.
Netball would be cool to see.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not in there already. Just on that, USA France final, the gold basketball,
That was good.
hectic game.
Curry come clutch when needed.
Mate, how good
Only man to have Katie and LeBron open to his left and 2 people on him and shoot and
I've seen
still
that,
make it.
yeah.
that Wemby image, it's gone viral. That'll be iconic.
That man's an alien.
Yeah,
He's not human.
no.
He is his arm span.
He's just like, no, but I had this convo at work, and this is my stance.
serious.
This is a serious one. So, I think the Olympics needs to go back to not being all these team sports and stuff in there. If it's not the pinnacle of your sport, you know,
It's got a bit wishy-washy, hasn't it?
yeah, like
Yeah, I
for
agree.
me, like track and field, swimming, all those events, like winning a gold medal, is the pinnacle of your sport. Soccer, you ask Messi what's more important to him, a soccer World Cup or the Olympic medal?
Well, it's under 23s.
That's my point. Like,
yeah.
take like
Get rid of soccer.
even sevens, like Rugby World Cup for a country or a sevens gold medal. You're probably leaning towards more the Rugby World Cup.
Well, not,
This is coming from a
but
big rugby fan.
Not in the women's side, though. You're not. I don't think.
Yeah, I think sevens is the biggest sport.
when
for
we won
women.
gold in 2016, that changed the landscape of rugby in this country.
In sevens,
for women's, yeah.
in Rugby sevens,
Which was to be
has
fair,
not
back-
done anything for Rugby 15s.
Yeah, well, yeah, different sports. You got to treat them as different sports.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, now we're trying to split it, and
Yeah.
that's my debate. Like, go back to being what the Olympics started as was like obviously the Romans started it for like see who the best athletes were, and that's why the sprinting, the swimming, those events are in there.
Yeah.
Now it's got also glorified. There's like everything's in there. I don't mind seeing sports like rowing and stuff like that because obviously gold medal, they don't have World Cups and stuff for it. I don't know. I just think there's so much going on at the Olympics
Well,
at the moment.
it's money, isn't it? It's revenue. Yeah.
Who can invest the
More
most?
sports, more people
in this
watching, more
sport?
money. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Anyway, any other final thoughts on the games before we move on? I loved it. It was awesome.
Bring on LA.
Yeah.
I think I preferred the last one in
Tokyo.
Tokyo.
No one was there.
I know without COVID though, but I just thought it was a better run.
Oh yeah, I feel sorry for Japan because they would have done a great job if it was full house.
Japan would have been all out.
Yeah. Anyway, what else I got here? NFL preseason started.
Yep, up the Bears.
He had a few good snaps.
Yeah, not
Good
bad,
little
Caleb Williams.
yeah.
what do you call it?
Dish off.
Dish off.
Yeah, what do you think? You feeling alright?
Yeah, I feel good.
It's hard to tell
Preseason.
because they don't play long enough.
Yeah.
Like they do 2 snaps, and then they'll do 1 quarter and may get 5 touches, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, you're done. Thanks. Do you see Jameis Winston's pump up speech at all? It's gone viral.
Oh no,
Bro, that guy's got bars.
he
mate.
is crack
Yeah,
up.
he just knows what to say. He's
He is
fucking funny.
hilarious. I watched like a whole funny moment of him on
He's
YouTube.
so good.
Just
He's
doing like the weirdest shit ever.
Yeah, he was fully doing a full
There's
promo
little
speech.
pre-game raps. You seen those ones?
No.
He'll do like hands in the middle and like he'll do like a rap before they run out.
Oh, is that what you're talking about?
Oh no, he did like a one in
He
the
did a
preseason.
speech. A speech one.
Yeah, it was really funny.
He's got little rap ones too. They're so funny.
He was the W guy, eh?
Yeah, he's the
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, he won't even get. He's backup this year. Like he's not going to be playing.
yeah, and he'll say the speech before every game because
Yeah.
it just gets the boys up.
These boys fired up. What else we got going on? Anything else caught your eye, boys?
Oh, I watched Receiver.
Oh yeah.
I've watched the first couple of episodes.
What do we
Yeah,
think?
I watched the first couple of episodes. Amon Ra St. Brown is a beast.
He built the bro.
Yeah,
and his
hard.
dad. Did you know his dad's like
I haven't
a
even seen one episode.
his dad's like an ex
Olympian?
bodybuilder. What are they called?
What are you, bodybuilder? Wait,
It's
listen.
Olympia.
It's the Olympia. That's the
Oh,
way we're
shit.
looking at.
Yeah.
2-time.
Like
And that's his dad.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, right.
he goes, when my son came to me and said he wanted to be a football player, I showed him how to train hard, and he's just like this 7-year-old just on the bench press.
Bro, benching 60.
Yeah, like-
I paused it. He was benching 60.
Well, how old?
Like
young.
Maybe
10.
10, maybe 10.
10.
Like he's
Jesus
young
Christ.
as
60 kgs.
and you can see, you see his training ethic and how he works. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Oh.
obviously stemmed down because his dad's taught him if you want to make it. And, like, he was a 2nd-round pick. And then his notebook, he's got every receiver. Actually, he might have been 3rd round. Every receiver that was drafted
Fourth.
before him.
He was fourth.
Fourth. It's stupid. Like, every receiver that was drafted before him, he's
He-
got on his list. Like,
Really?
he reads it before every game to go out and prove that he's better than him.
Mentally, he's on.
Just locked in.
And
Unreal.
they say your body's a temple.
He doesn't, like, drink or anything. Eh?
Bro, you
He's-
should see his body.
Just jacked.
Yeah. No diddy.
What else I got? College football. Only 15 days away. I'm very excited for it.
So, yeah.
I can't wait. Can't wait.
Can't get into it.
Oh come on, mate.
Not even a game.
Can you
I'm done
just
with
can
it.
you just try this year?
He can't get into the game. He doesn't like that
Oh,
the crowd
really, yeah.
noise affects your plays.
You still playing it?
Nah.
You stopped. 2 weeks it's all over.
I might start back up when I go home tonight.
Okay.
I'm into, like, my 3rd player.
Really?
I finished a running back, a linebacker.
Have
And
you won a national
I finished
championship yet? Or?
I'm at the
I went
Bulldogs
four,
now.
mate.
Huh?
I won 4 with Ohio as a wide receiver.
There you go.
I'm at the
Just throw
Bulldogs
me the
now.
ball.
Bulldogs.
Georgia.
Okay. Dogs.
Oh, got that dog.
Who's your pick?
To win it.
This is one of the tightest years.
I've heard, I'm starting to listen to all the preview pods and stuff at the moment, and everyone's pretty high on Ohio State this year. Texas, very high on Texas. Everyone's talking about Texas. Oregon,
Ohio State's thing is with, what's our quarterback's name?
Will Howard.
Will Howard.
has, yeah,
I was thinking Sam Howard. I was like, that's not it.
that's not it.
He's going to be the key.
Yeah.
Our
Like,
defense is fucking loaded. Like, we are stacked on D. We've got 2 of the top 5, arguably 2 of the top 3 running backs in the country,
yeah,
in Trayvon Henderson and Quinton Jenkins.
yes.
So, like, we can play like Michigan did last year and just run the ball up the field, and then eventually our D should do the rest.
And
We've
even,
also got, what's his name in receiver, the Amika. He was there last year. He had, like, without Marlon Harrison, he probably is a 1,000-yard season, but he's still gun too.
yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah. NPC, catch much of this?
Yeah,
watched it.
I've been following it. Bayer Plenty's looking really good. Won their first 2 games because of the game last night.
Yeah.
Willis Halahulo's back playing.
That name rings a bell. How do I know?
He's Hurricanes when they won. Was it 13? Or was it played 12?
Hello,
that year?
hello.
It was him and Vince Russell in the
Oh,
midfield.
yes.
He left New Zealand really, really young.
Yeah.
He like
Right.
he come
He
and
was
played
physical as,
Yeah.
skillful as.
skillful. So 2016 he played, and then he signed overseas. He came and played like a season at Waikato. I've never seen a guy with such good footwork and skills at 12
Yeah.
that he had. Like at the line, he just managed to beat 3 people and poke through. Got a few caps for Wales.
Oh, okay.
Got about 7 or 8. Keep getting a bit injured, but he's back over there. I think sort of farewell tour and running around for Bay, and he's been good in both his games too.
Saw Tonga's made his debut.
Tonga off the bench.
Is Ripley played yet?
He wasn't named in the first game. He did get there quite late though, so.
You seen the holo?
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
That try was outrageous. I was watching it live with Dad, and we're both going, what is going on?
How do you tackle that?
You don't really, I guess.
Try to trip him. That's what you do.
You do something. You know that clip we posted ages ago of we're breaking down that try against GPS where you were the decoy and I think you scored it or the cut pass. The last game against GPS we drew.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the little slider.
Yeah, Wasaki Naholo liked that clip the other day.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I tell you. I'm like random, big Wasaki, like what we're doing.
Nice.
Oh, good. We've been getting some good
Yeah.
Got followed by the rugby column the other day.
Really, there you go.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, he follows.
No.
That's good.
I was like, oh, these guys must like me.
Yeah, they like talking code, mate.
Yeah.
And then that clip with Zane is still flying. I think we're
Real?
almost at 1,000 reshares, over 100k views.
Holy shit.
We need Zane to really he needs to pick up his game.
And we just
He
made...
will not. I'll tell you now, he will not touch that clip.
I know, but it's a shame.
And we just made someone a wallaby.
yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Come
good
on the
chat.
podcast, you can become a wallaby.
Yeah, congratulations, Joshy Cam. That actually great. We had a great feedback from that potty last week. It was really good.
Yeah.
Joshy.
He's not actually a wallaby yet.
No trees.
But he is in...
Squad.
We got him there.
One more concussion.
Yeah. Got him.
One more concussion.
Yeah, literally.
And he killed it for us on the weekend.
He was
He was unreal. Eh?
He
Fuck,
was
good.
unbelievable.
Bro, that second try, I was like, oh, you
Spin
can
move.
take
Like go gadget arms.
Spin
eh?
move.
He
Fuck
reached from like
Yo.
3 meters out. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Matty Given was strong as well. I thought.
Given was good.
Beast. Bench over. Yes.
I like the pick and drive highlight
Bench.
The bench.
Our bench. That was.
Don't get him started.
Yeah, I was.
No, I'm
Don't
calm
get him
now. I'm
started.
over it.
I was fucking. Couldn't believe what I was watching. Eh? Yeah, it was tough.
Thanks for putting my highlight up there, mate. I know Rian wasn't there to post a nice one.
Mate, you did well.
Pick and drive
drive,
highlight.
Yeah.
I scored more pick and drive.
Well, he was been saying he was going to do one. He didn't get it done, so Tyler had to pick up the scraps.
I got 4 of them this year.
Pick and drives. This
To
way.
be
I
fair,
got 4 pick and
No,
drive
him,
tries.
he
I know,
says
but
that.
he's never going to get one.
to be fair, I went in there once and then I got told, don't ever fucking do that again.
Smoked.
So,
Yeah. That's pretty much all I've got. You got anything else to add?
UFC this weekend.
yo,
It's in Perth,
Perth?
isn't it?
mm-hmm.
Actually, big weekend of sport in Perth.
Adesanya and
The first New Zealand South Africa one.
Triple C.
It'll be.
Who will win that? What do you reckon?
Adesanya.
I think he gets it done. I think if it stays on feet striking, you're backing Izzy here. If Duplessis starts to sort of try and use his size a bit more and chuck him to the ground, then Izzy could be in a bit of trouble.
Interesting.
I think Bam Bam's on the card too.
Yeah.
See him with the Wallabies.
Wallabies,
jersey.
yeah.
Cross promotion stuff.
Yeah,
is good.
yeah.
Like that
I think a few of the Wallabies boys actually staying
to watch.
to watch, but I know Zane was going to, but then they have to pay to change their flight and everything. So it's like, oh, no, too much hassle.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, boys. Thank you. It was a good pod.
Yeah.
We'll see how it all pans out this week. Hopefully some better results for our 2 teams. But yeah, in the meantime, enjoy your footy. See you next week.
If you want to be successful, come onto our podcast.
Facts.
Get rid of the tackle law.
Yeah. And
I'm
sternum law, get
sorry.
rid of it. Next year,
Yeah,
should be
I
gone.
know we were ending it, but Nixon's hit on the weekend. Cleanest tackle I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was filthy.
I'm still getting likes for that comment on QPR.
Really? Good.
Yeah.
Keep them going.
Yeah. I need to start commenting more.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, all right.
People want to hear from you.
All right, I'm sorry, we can end it now.
Okay, bye.